So a very good morning children. We have completed so many chapters. Today let us continue. Let us start the chapter quadratic equation. Okay. Linear equation in two variable. We discussed what are the different methods of solution. Today let us discuss what is quadratic equation. Okay. So before I discuss the concept of quadratic equation, see children, we read about quadratic polynomial. In the chapter polynomial, we came to know what is quadratic polynomial. I said every quadratic polynomial in variable x. What is the general form? The general form of every quadratic polynomial in variable x is p of x equal to ax square plus bx plus c, where a not equal to 0. Okay. This is the general form of every quadratic polynomial in variable x. Okay. Now, what is the equation then? If this quadratic polynomial p of x equal to ax square plus bx plus c, if it is equal to some constant, you see, if we equate this quadratic polynomial ax square, if p of x equal to 0, you see, this is a polynomial, p of x equal to this is a polynomial in variable x, which is quadratic polynomial. Now, this is the polynomial equation. See, p of x when equal to some constant say 0, it becomes the polynomial equation. And this polynomial equation is called p of x equal to 0, that is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. This is the general form of every quadratic polynomial. You see, this is the general form of quadratic equation. You see, this is the general form of any quadratic equation in variable x. Ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. When we omit this equal to 0, it only becomes the polynomial. But when it is equal to 0 or some constant, okay, it is called a polynomial equation known as your quadratic equation. Children, you recall the chapter polynomial. There I had said how to find zeros of a polynomial. You see. Now the zeros of a polynomial, you know that this quadratic polynomial has two zeros, namely alpha and beta. The sum of the two zeros, you see, the chapter polynomial is closely related to the chapter polynomial where we discussed about quadratic polynomial, zeros of a quadratic polynomial, what is the relation between zeros and coefficients. So many things we discussed in the chapter. So that chapter is closely related with this quadratic equation chapter, okay? Because you see, the zeros of a quadratic polynomial, as you know, every quadratic polynomial has two zeros, namely alpha and beta, the symbols, okay? How to find those zeros, it was taught. See, those zeros of a quadratic polynomial are known as roots. You see, roots of polynomial equation or roots of quadratic equation, you see. Roots of quadratic equation is same as zeros of quadratic polynomial. Okay. So, as you know, every quadratic polynomial has two zeros. So, definitely a quadratic equation will have two roots or solution. So, what is root or what is solution? The zero of a quadratic polynomial is known as roots of the quadratic equation. Okay. Now the point is, if zeros of a quadratic polynomial are called roots or solution of the quadratic equation, then how to find those solutions? How to find those roots of a quadratic equation? That is our main concern. So children, if a quadratic polynomial has two zeros, then how many roots or solutions will a quadratic equation have? Definitely it will have two roots. Okay. So every quadratic equation in any variable, not only in x, in any variable, it will have two solutions or two roots. That means it will be satisfied for two values of the variable present in the equation. Okay. Now our concern is how to find those roots or solution of a quadratic equation. So that means solution of quadratic equation, how a quadratic equation is solved and the value of the variable or unknown is found, that we will discuss in this class. Okay. Children, there are different methods of solving a quadratic equation. Okay. Now what is the first method? The first method is, you see, the first method is known as your factorization method. Okay. The first method of solving a quadratic equation. I said what is the general form of every quadratic equation will be in this form. I said ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, you see, for example, x square plus 9x plus 20, you see, equal to 0. Now look at this equation. Clearly this equation is in this form, where the value of a will be 1, because x square coefficient is a, and here the coefficient of x square is 1. So the value of a will be 1, value of b will be 9, and the value of c will be 20. So every quadratic equation in any variable, say variable x, it will be in this form. That is why it is called the general form of a quadratic equation in variable x. Okay. Now let us see how to solve. Solution of quadratic equation. Solution of quadratic equation. So what are the different methods? Today let us discuss the first method. It is known as your factorization method. So what is factorization method of solving a quadratic equation in any variable? Okay. What is the principle? What is the principle of this method? Let us discuss. Children, it is also not very difficult. It is very easy, because while finding zeros of a quadratic polynomial, you recall in the chapter polynomial, to find the zeros of a polynomial, quadratic polynomial, I had discussed how to do. What was the method? Have you remembered? The method is to break the middle term by splitting the middle term. So that splitting the middle term factorization is known as this method, factorization method of solving any quadratic equation. Let me discuss what is the method, what is its principle with the help of one example. Okay. Suppose children, suppose you are given a question, suppose you are given solve x square plus 9x plus 20 equal to 0. You see, this is clearly a quadratic equation in variable x, because it is in the form ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a is 1, you see, here a is 1, b is 9 and c is 20. Okay. So as it is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, so no doubt it is a quadratic equation in variable x. Now how to find the solution or roots? So as it is quadratic, as I said now, it will have how many roots or solution? 2. It will have 2 roots or solution. The same thing, alpha and beta. There we were denoting the zeros by alpha and beta. Here the roots or solutions are denoted by symbol alpha and beta. That means zeros of the polynomial are same as roots or solution of the quadratic equation. Now let us see how to find the solution using factorization method and what is the principle. Let me discuss. Children, you know how to split the middle term. Look at. In class 8 algebra you know, and in the chapter polynomial also I discussed. See, look at the middle term. So in order to factorize, you see what is the principle? The principle is, first you break this, you see. First you factorize the left hand side. First you factorize the left hand side or the quadratic polynomial. Then by which method you will factorize? By following the splitting the middle term method. See, that means x square plus 9x plus 20. First it is to be factorized. This middle term 9 is to be factorized, and what is the process I am discussing once again. See, what steps you will follow to factorize the quadratic polynomial. Okay, to find the solution or roots of the quadratic equation by factorization method. See, what is the middle term? Here the middle term is 9 and we have to split or break 9. So how can we break? 9 can be broken in several ways. 5 plus 4, 6 plus 3, 7 plus 2, 9 minus 11 minus 2. So in a variety of ways we can break 9. But what is the exact or what is the correct step? What is the correct process of splitting or breaking 9? What is the process you see? Now look at the constant term. See, the constant term is 20, and what is the coefficient of x square? Coefficient of x square is 1. You multiply it. What will you get? 20. The product is 20. And what about the middle term? The middle term is your 9. Middle term is 9 and the product of this constant and the coefficient of x square is 20. Now what you will do? You know the table. From table you think of two numbers. You think of two numbers whose product will be 20, and when they are added or subtracted, but there is no question of subtraction here because all the terms are positive. Look at, all the terms in this quadratic polynomial are positive, so there is no question of subtraction. So to split or break the middle term, that is 9, what we have to do? First we will multiply 20 and 1, it is 20, and the middle term is 9. Now we have to think of two numbers whose product will be equal to 20 and their sum will be equal to 9. You see, two numbers, suppose 10 into 2, see, 10 into 2 is 20, but 10 plus 2 is not equal to 9. See, okay. 4 into 5, you see, 4 into 5 is 20 and 4 plus 5 equal to 9. See, look at two numbers. If you take 10 and 2, 10 into 2 is 20, but 10 plus 2 is not equal to 9. Similarly, 20 into 1, see, 20 into 1, it is also 20, but 20 plus 1 is not equal to 20. So we cannot break 9 as 20 plus 1 or 10 plus 2. But if we break 9 as 4 plus 5, see, 4 plus 5 or 5 plus 4. 5 plus 4 is 9 and 5 into 4 is 20. So that means this 9 you have to break or split by taking 4 plus 5. See. So what will I write now? I will write x square. Now I will split this one. 4 plus 5 into x plus 20. This thing was taught in class 8 also and in the chapter polynomial also. But once again I am discussing. See, now you omit the bracket. So this will be 4x plus 5x plus 20. Now what you will do? See, look at. Out of these two terms you have to take common, and out of these two terms you have to take common. So take common x here. It will be x plus 4. Then take common 5 here. It will be x plus 4 again. And see, children, in this case, when we break the middle term, when we split the middle term, see, you must keep one thing in mind, that whenever you will take common from these two terms and these two terms, the same thing or the same number, I mean whatever in this bracket, you will get the same thing or same binomial or trinomial or the same expression should be obtained in the second bracket also, then only it is correct. If at all you got anything change, I mean any sign change, then anything change, if it is not same as this expression, then there must be some error in the either in the common factor or in the breaking, so you check it once again. What I mean to say, children, after taking common, whatever comes here, the same thing should come here. Okay, it is very important. So this is x into x plus 4 plus 5 into x plus 4. Now you take common x plus 4 again. Because x plus 4 is multiplied by x and it is again multiplied by 5 here in the second term. So this will be x plus 5. Now see, this is the complete factorization of the, you see, this is the complete factorization of the quadratic polynomial, and I obtained the two linear factors x plus 4 and x plus 5 by splitting the middle term, that is 9. Okay. Then what will be my next step? After factorizing the left hand side of the quadratic polynomial, what you will do? It is given equal to 0. That means the product of this linear factor and this linear factor will be equal to 0. Therefore, you see, x plus 4 into x plus 5 will be equal to 0. X plus 4 into x plus 5 will be equal to 0. Now, if x plus 4 into x plus 5 is 0, this implies either this linear factor will be equal to 0 or this linear factor will be equal to 0. Why? Because you see, if a into b, you have to remember, if a into b equal to 0, then either a equal to 0 or b equal to 0. Okay? You see, if a into b, if the product of two numbers is 0, then either a equal to 0 or b equal to 0. So using that, you will get this. Now you got two linear equations and you can easily solve and find what are the values of x. So here x will be minus 4 and x will be minus 5. See. So this is one root or solution, this is another root or solution. So if you take this one alpha, then this one will be beta, and if you take this one alpha, this one will be beta. It is arbitrary. You can choose in any way. Which one value you can take alpha and which one beta, it depends upon you. Okay, no problem. Therefore, suppose alpha equal to minus 4, then beta will be minus 5. So these are the two roots or solutions of this particular quadratic equation. See, so this is what known as your splitting the, factorization method. So in factorization method, what is the principle? Once again I am saying, the left hand side, which is a quadratic polynomial, first you factorize it using splitting the middle term factorization method. And how it is done, I just explained you now. Then after splitting the quadratic polynomial into two linear factors, then equate each factor to 0. Take the product of those two linear factors equal to 0, so that each linear factor will be equal to 0. By that you will get two linear equations, and on solving you will get the values of the variable that is unknown, either x or y, whatever the variable may be there in the equation. Okay. So this is the principle of quadratic, I mean solving quadratic equation by factorization method. Children, I hope you understood. It is the easiest one. It is one of the easy methods of solving a quadratic equation. There are other methods also. We will discuss in other class. What is the second method? What is the third method? Okay. Children, I hope you understood what I discussed. Thank you.